How's it going, everybody? Happy Monday. It's our daily 12 p.m. hail forecast here at Hail Trace. Don't have a whole ton to talk about today, but we are looking ahead beyond just today. We have a chance for hail, a little bit of hail somewhere other than Texas today, another chance for hail again tomorrow, and then we're going to be looking ahead. I'm going to take some time, look at the models, look ahead at the potential for the light at the end of the cold air tunnel, basically, with more severe weather beginning possibly at the start of May. Before we do that, make sure you guys have your notifications set up. If you're first time watching us and you've set up an account with Hail Trace, go to your notification options on your desktop computer, notification settings, and you can set up your push notifications to go to your phone, to your email, and even to your desktop computer, and in specific regions you want to be notified for, such as a city area, whole state, or the whole country. Forecast for today, we actually have somewhere other than Texas. I know you guys seem to constantly ask for Texas, but we have here a chance across Georgia and possibly even a little bit in the South Carolina as well. Overall, 2% chance. Atlanta all the way. The risk all that makes it to Atlanta. And man, my battery just died. Ah, geez. Okay. Battery just died, guys. 1 second. Look at that. All right. 1 second here, guys. It's gonna get a little. Forgot to check to see if the battery was charged before doing it, and I didn't, so that's my bad. All right, so here we go. Anyway, so again, before my battery died, we have a chance of hail today across a good chunk of Georgia, about 2% for the Atlanta area, 2% Macon, and even 2% over by Augusta. Not a huge chance, just a few isolated storms I think are going to form sometime between 3 and 4 o'clock Eastern time, and just kind of scattered across parts of Georgia. Hail up to ping pong ball size as possible. I don't think there is a ton of risk for really big hail today. All right. John Salvador asked, so typically what month is the busiest for hail? May is typically the busiest month, just climatologically speaking, for hail. April, May, June is usually the 3 months where there's the most hail, and May is typically the most busy. But anywho, so anyway, that's our forecast for today. Tomorrow we have that chance back in Texas here. Preliminary forecast hail up to ping pong ball size. Depending on how things pan out tomorrow, there could be bigger hail. And it's pretty much an area that goes from just west of Abilene, just east of Lubbock, and just southwest of Altus. So it's a pretty rural area in here, but we'll be watching for any possible storms forming for that tomorrow as well. And now we're pretty much going to shift gears over to the models, because it looks like that's all we have for today and tomorrow. But we can show, I'm going to show what may be happening, again, right towards the beginning of April here. Let me just get this onto here. Here's the GFS, which I did not reload. There we go. Let me do the upper levels here. Show you guys what we're talking about with this. So this is the latest model, the American model, model run of that. And over the weekend, things have trended away from kind of garbage for the beginning of May to a little bit better. We do have to get through the remainder of this week. After today and tomorrow, looks like things are going to be really quiet for the remainder of the work week. We get into this weekend, and we have this first system that got come out through here really far to the north. I don't think this is going to do too much. This is going into this weekend. But behind it, we have moisture being returned from this, and behind that, we have a nice trough in the west. Now, this particular model run really overdoes it. I think this is going to correct a little further north. It's not every day in the last week of April going into May, you have a trough getting all the way down into Mexico. I think this is going to shift north quite a bit, probably closer to the Four Corners region, and this will move through going into the very beginning. So this is May 2nd moving through the area, and having a system like this moving through, and I'll show you guys that moisture returns going to be much better. And more importantly, we look off to the west and you see a big ridge. The cold air looks like it's going to try to disappear here at the end. So at the end of this upcoming work week, going into next week, more importantly than I think anything is the fact that we're getting that cold air to finally kind of go away. And once we get beyond there, the models, they get all kind of wonky anyway. You can tell pretty much the exact moment when the computer models decide what's not going on. They don't know what's going on anymore. Right about there. That's the only things just kind of disappear on you. So that's what we're looking at there. And more importantly, in terms of our moisture showing up, kicking out that really cold air does wonders once we move beyond just this week. You can see how all that nice moist air keeps getting shunted down to the south. Gulf of Mexico keeps getting its moisture taken away. And then we move into next week. There's that first system that moves through, not a lot of moisture, but then suddenly things really start pushing up further north, get more and more moisture, and suddenly we actually have moisture making it up to Minnesota. And at this point, we'd actually probably see a lot more in the way of severe weather, and this even already is indicating an attempt at a dry line setup going into around the May 3rd timeline. And so we'll be watching this again very carefully. It looks like we have something to look forward to in the future here, possibly right around the anniversary, at least for Oklahoma City anyway, a very potent tornado outbreak. Not saying that, no way that'll be happening at the time, but just give you an idea, the ceiling that is there early May can be pretty violent in terms of severe weather. I'm going to show you guys just one last thing here, what the models are showing for just the weather for today. We have another risk as well across Wyoming and into parts of our very rural areas today that kind of showed up whilst I was getting ready for this video. I didn't have a graphic for it. And you can see here just this is the HRRR, the high resolution rapid refresh. All these little storms here, any of these can produce a little bit of hail. This is going through the remainder of this afternoon into this evening. So we'll see if we can squeak out anything decent across parts of Georgia and possibly even towards Atlanta. So that is what we're looking at for today, guys. Seems like the comment section seems to be pretty quiet. And just one last thing, this is what we're talking about, possibly over by Cheyenne. This is going to be later on this evening. Again, maybe up to some quarter-size hail. I think this is more gusty winds than anything. That'll be a little bit later on. So that's all we're looking at for today. I hope you guys are get excited that we can actually see some sort of activity, like real activity moving forward beyond just these little systems that are moving through, and maybe some more widespread activity moving into your May. Now, wow, it's got a whole bunch of comments show up on my screen there. It's kind of weird. Anyway, make sure you follow us on Facebook. Hit see first so you see our posts at the top of your newsfeed if you miss our push notifications, especially once things start to get a little more active and we have some real severe weather going on. Great way to make sure you don't miss any of our live continuous coverage, especially if you miss our push notification or you don't have it set up. And give us a call at the number on the screen here, or an email, or visit us on hailtrace.com and message us on intercom. All those ways to contact us with any questions, comments, or concerns you may have that may not be addressed on these videos, or you have more specific questions regarding pricing and what our products offer. And if you have more specific weather questions, I tend to try to answer them for you guys, and hail report requests as well, as always. And that's all I got for you guys today. I'll see you again tomorrow at noon, and we will be talking about, hopefully, going over some storms that happened today and talking about in further with more detail as we get closer and closer. This whole week, we're going to be leading up into the potential for some severe weather going into the very beginning of May next week. So get excited, guys. I think we're finally seeing that light at the end of the tunnel where the cold air is going to go away. We can start seeing some more real severe weather happening going into the month of May. So have a great rest of your day, guys, and I'll see you again tomorrow, 12 p.m.